What is a ghost kitchen? Hello, this is Reinhard von Hennigs. And no, a ghost kitchen is not a place where ghosts cook or where ghosts are fed. A ghost kitchen is a regular kitchen, however, nobody knows about it, except for the DoorDash, the Uber Eats driver, the pickup delivery folks who show up at this place to enjoy the food. But the kitchen, often owned by a bigger restaurant, hotel, or a very small unknown food outlet, are not known to the public and they sell under a fictitious name. We all know the concept of a ghost kitchen if we go to supermarkets and we buy the so-called white labels. The box of whatever it is with no brand on it or the brand of the supermarket. From tissues over toilet papers, over all the goodies you want to have, white labels are fashionable. But now ghost kitchen are the new fashion. Ghost kitchen are attractive for a business owner because they can reduce the cost and put a product on the market when they do not have to cater to somebody in the restaurant. They do not have to compete even with restaurant goers, restaurant visitors, because nobody makes a connection between this ghost kitchen. So if you're known as the barbecue place and you change it over to the pizza place, you do both. You sell both and you can have two different price points. It is attractive, and this is my takeaway as a business owner, for you to think about how can you white label some of your products. For example, do you have a very easy automated line of industry which you can put into a so-called ghost kitchen? Or do you have a product which you would like to enter into the market, but you just don't want to ruin your brand, which is very top-notch, high-end, and you name it? So the more ghost kitchens pop up, the more you may want to think, what is my ghost kitchen idea? What happens if you see a little tiny pink person? Hello, this is Reinhard von Hennigs. And according to a good old saga, it means that you just saw an alien, because according to those many stories, they are little, they are pink, and whatever it is. But in reality, it is a Toronto-based startup known as Tiny Mile. This little tiny pink person is a little miniature robot which helps companies to deliver. Who would be interested in that? Well, first of all, any and all delivery courier services may be interested at, but Tiny Mile targets specifically restaurants with a very attractive deal. It is cheaper than a traditional delivery person. It is ready within 15 minutes, and it is able to drive around the city about 10 times cheaper than a traditional driver who works on commission. So in other words, restaurants are expected to have savings as little as 5% or as high as 15% on those delivery fees. Those little pink things are not autonomous. They are remote operated, where people are working from their laptop or Xbox controls. They have built-in GPS and cameras, which gives operators a 360 degrees field of navigation. So in other words, it's just like a remote game where you're driving a car, a little play car in a park, or you're flying a plane. The robots are not being used in the United States yet. However, they've been fashionable in Toronto, where the company started in November of 2019. And if Canada is ready for that, to get ice cream, pizza, and more, are we? Let me know your thoughts. I'm really curious about that. And what do you think if you see a little tiny pink person, aka robot? What is the current state of immigration reform? Hello, this is Reinhard von Hennigs. We all recall, and I never want to be political in this arena here or partisan in order to violate any readers, listeners, viewers on one side of the aisle or the other side of the aisle. But we all recall that during the presidential election, there was this big promise, I will change the immigration immediately. Well, maybe not like that, but that's what I heard. By now, the Biden administration has rolled back and changed about 300 administrative rules, where 90 are directly targeting what his predecessor had implemented, including ban from predominant Muslim countries to enter and much more. But as of today, I'm still missing the big overhaul of the immigration system, where there is a new bill being introduced into the Congress, where there is a big discussion out about what is the right thing to do on immigration. While changing the rules over about 300 executive actions on immigration is one hand, the big immigration reform is what we all working in the international world, in the international legal area, are looking for to have. My question to you today is, what are you missing? If you are an H-1B applicant, if you're a company who can only sponsor some foreign talent over this, to come to this country with an H-1B, if you're an investor, a treaty investor, or a treaty trader, what are your hiccups? Where should immigration reform change? Let me know. I'm curious what I read, and I will make another meeting. What is the problem with Pacific networks? Hello, this is Reinhard von Hennigs. And the quick answer is, I don't know what the problem is. However, the US government has decided to ban Pacific Network from the opportunity to sell its networking services inside the United States. After last year, the US government already blocked China Telecom from operating inside the United States. Now Pacific Networks is no longer allowed to be in the market. They lost the license to offer national as well as international services. The federal agency responsible for that, the FCC, the Federal Communications Commission, mentioned in its reasoning why this network was terminated from the services that there is a significant risk for the national security as well as for law enforcement. The company is supposedly able to interfere with the communication inside the United States, to compromise the communication inside the United States, and there's no other opportunity than to shut them down. What does it mean in practical terms? If you are running a business and your company is relying on their services, you need to find a new service provider. However, if you are a telecommunication company trying to enter the US market, the takeaway is make sure that you are in line with US governmental guidelines. China Telecom, who was banned in October of 2021, operated for over 20 years inside the United States. Is now the harsh method against China an expression of the overall hardening feelings in the global world, in the economy, and the political arena? We don't know. We may be able to speculate about that, but for now, the key takeaway is the safety of the network is utmost important, and therefore the FCC made the decision. Let me know your thoughts about that. What is the big takeaway from Tesla's new plant in Germany? Hello, this is Reinhard von Hennigs. Tesla's new plant is now operational. Elon Musk himself was present when the first 15 cars were delivered to the first 15 happy owners of the new Model Y. But the real takeaway is not that there was a little party around that, which is pretty common for delivery of new models in the Tesla world. The real takeaway is the following. Tesla made it in an extreme short amount of time against all odds. Between the beginning and the end, where Tesla is now ready to operate with up to 15,000 employees, and the idea is to launch about 500,000 cars a year overnight, not with years of application processes, environmental studies, counter studies, lawsuits. Tesla decided, let's do it. And in a way amazing to everybody, Tesla started to build immediately after everything was filed, because Tesla was giving some security deposits just in case the permits weren't given. Companies in Germany normally go the scared way. No, we don't want to put some money aside. We wait until everything is done. Let's make sure that everything is done properly, and at the end, there is no real damage. But Tesla went all in. They took the risk, they took the opportunity, and at the end, they started the production in an amazing amount of time after the car was initially designed, after the car plant was initially designed in Grünheide near Berlin. What do you do as a company owner? What do you do as a company operator when you have a big challenge? Are you going bold and all in, or are you hesitant? Food for thought.
Whether you're a private citizen, an international business leader, or simply someone eager to stay on top of the latest news, This book is a great way to get caught up on the most recent developments in the worlds of international business, tax, politics, and social affairs. Go to morningmusings.com and order your copy today.